So this is me, Dr. Siddharth Arora, and I am on Taking It Slow podcast. If you find this entertaining, enjoyable, and informative, please like, share, and subscribe.
It's another Sunday. You know what that means. It's time to take it slow. विशु आज कुछ अलग सा लग रहा है.
आज पता है बहुत अलग सा लग रहा है यार। तो ना फैमिली गाय देखा है आपने?
हाँ मतलब ऑब्वियसली.
हाँ, तो उसमें देयर इज अ कैरेक्टर मेग, ठीक है, जो
हम्म.
लाइक व्हिच इज द मोस्ट बोरिंग कैरेक्टर वाला, ठीक है। तो उसमें
वॉइस बाय मिला कुनिस बाय द वे.
हाँ, तो उसमें लाइक देयर वाज एन एपिसोड एंड दे स्टार्टेड विद हर स्टोरी एंड देन देयर वाज दिस डिस्क्लेमर ऑन द स्क्रीन, यस गाइस दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अ मेग एपिसोड। मेरे को वैसी फील आ रही है कि दिस इज गोइंग टू बी एन एपिसोड जहाँ पे मैं इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहा हूँगा अपने गेस्ट को।
So our guest today is someone who has been a role model and has been an inspiration to Vishu for quite a while, and not just Vishu, a number of UPSC aspirants in the country, and he's someone who, by true definition, is a jack of all trades. I mean,
Yes.
he's a certified doctor. He is a lawyer in the apex court of India, the Supreme Court, and he also is a phenomenal educator as far as the UPSC preparation is concerned for an academy. And Vishu, why are you so excited about having him on the podcast?
यार क्योंकि अभी तक मैंने बस उनसे बात करी है तो एज अ टीचर करी है। लाइक आई थिंक कि अब हम एज अ पॉडकास्ट में आई हैव रियल कन्वर्सेशन विद हिम, सो मेरे को तो बहुत ही ऑनर्ड सा फील हो रहा है। सो आई थिंक विदाउट फर्दर अडू लेट्स
Let's
स्टार्ट।
dive right in, people.
We have an extremely special guest with us today. The person that we have today strikes a very personal chord with me. He's someone that I aspire to be in future. We are extremely honored to have him on. Is he a doctor? Yes, he is a doctor. Is he a lawyer? Yes, he is a lawyer. But that's not it. Is he the topmost lawyer of Supreme Court? Yes, he is. And after doing all these things and still not being satisfied, he decided that he'll give back to the community, and he decided that he'll be teaching UPSC aspirants. And no surprise, is he the best teacher of his subject in India right now? Yes, he is, and no one even comes close. And he's been an inspiration to me both personally and professionally. We are extremely honored to have Advocate Dr. Siddharth Arora with us today.
Hello, thanks.
sir. How are
Thank
you?
you for having me on your podcast. And for the beautiful and the kind words that you spoke about me. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. And a very
And-
big hello to all our listeners and everyone who is watching us.
And trust me, sir, I've known Vishu for around 25 years now, Vivek for 25 years now, and there are very few people of whom he says, if I could be like him, it would be something achieved.
Yep.
So you're really a role model for all the UPSC aspirants out there, and they aspire to become someone like you. So thank you for doing whatever you do.
Yep.
It's easier to give a compliment. It's very difficult to take a compliment. So I don't know how to take this. We really don't know how to take a compliment, But thank you. This is honor, and since you've been associated with me, I've taught you. So all the more.
Amazing. So, like for our guests, sir, would you tell him like what you do?
Very few times it happens that a title, rather than educating a person about somebody's academic background or his profession, actually confuses the listener.
Yeah.
And mine would be an example. Okay, so when I say advocate and within bracket Dr. Siddharth Arora, and sometimes I am at loss to say that should it be doctor and within bracket advocate, or it should be the other way around. The facts of the matter was that I cleared my All India pre-medical test in 1994. Went to Lokmanya Tilak Medical College, Mumbai, and did pursued my medicine. Medicine was something that I could do because I had the brains to do it, and God was kind enough that I had the sources to do it. But my heart wasn't into it. Okay, I was a keen follower of Mr. Ram Jethmalani ever since the longest time. I don't know since when, that's me or something. But I always wanted to go into law. Now, as destiny would have it, my mother very similar to Three Idiots. Okay, when she picked up me for the first time, she said, "Mera beta doctor banega." So
Yes.
kind of stuff. So I thought, why not? I owe this much to my mother for all
Yeah.
the love she's given me. So I decided to go ahead. But then, as a chance meeting, I met Dr. Fatnani. Dr. Fatnani was my HOD, head of the department in forensics. And I don't know if I've idolized anyone else except Mr. Ram Jethmalani and Mr. Fatnani. I don't know why, but coincidentally, I just noticed both were Sindhis. I don't know why. But either ways, right? So
Yep.
he was the only forensic expert who had pursued law also. Now you and I found out, wow, this is what the best of both worlds coming
Law
together.
कर सकते हैं.
Worked under him for a few years. One thing took to the other, and then finally Supreme Court happened because that's where I wanted to. Okay, I had the understanding of law, I had the analytical knowledge of law, and I had the guts of becoming a good lawyer. So I went ahead, and God has been kind to me.
But why law, sir? I understand forensics has been an influence on your life when you were becoming a doctor, but why pursue law? I believe that you belong to an army background as well. Didn't you have the aspiration of following in the footsteps of your family and serving the country in that way?
Dojo, what happened was my family has lost 4 members of my family to battlefield. I'm very, very proud of it. Okay. My chachu was 23 years old as a flight lieutenant. He was killed in action in Bangladesh operations. Okay. Another chachu we lost, okay, in the insurgency and so on. So
Yep.
you won't believe, and all those photographs are role models for us. Every moment of my life, I'm proud of them. They're my heroes. But you won't believe, at the end of it, there was, I was the only surviving male left. Trust me, in the family, only surviving. Okay, so you understand. I'll be proudly going to go. I'll proudly give up my life for it, once more. But you understand, at that stage when you're losing 23 years old, 25 years old at home,
Yep.
okay,
Yep.
then the entire family, stands in front of you and says, "Do anything, but we cannot take one more." Not that we are not willing, but I hope you understand.
Understandable. Understandable. Yes. Yes.
So they said anything but not defense, right? Whatever. So you have to you just can't ignore this kind of pressure, because
Fair.
you just, and at that age when you're in 12th standard while you're doing college, it's practically not possible to do that. I would have loved to, and every living day of my life I speak to my mother even today. Mama, it would have been great if you would have let me go on. I would have been a colonel by now. I would have been in Ladakh. No problem. Next time. I said next time.
The family as a whole has given so much for the nation. So, beta, tu ऐसे law करके दे वापस.
Yes. And law-wise, and to be very particular about law, there were quite a few ways in which I thought that I could not be narrow in my life. This is one thing that I realized early on. I couldn't be narrow in my approach. Even if I do a case right now, I don't do matrimonial cases. I am sorry. I can't handle that kind of pressure of कि उसने मुझे सब्जी बनाना नहीं बोला and kind of stuff. I can't handle. I have to do something big. So I did not do matrimonial cases. I did not do sexual offenses cases in my career at all. I refused right day one. I wanted to be doing something bigger in life. And as I am, as the personality I am, or as the nature I have, I couldn't be a government servant, so cool to say. I cannot follow protocol completely. I was not made for that. So I would have been judged as a rebel in a so-called institutional structure, which
Fair.
in the same characteristics in the court is supposed to be called as a gutsy lawyer. So I thought, why not?
A win-win situation.
So it's always better that if you cannot change yourself, change the environment. I always say that.
Right.
Nice.
Let's discuss the elephant in the room right now, COVID. Like, how has it changed your life as a lawyer, like since last year, सब normal चल रहा था, अब virtual courts आ गए हैं. What is happening? Recently I heard a news, a judge's whole staff was COVID positive. So how has it changed life for you? And later we'll come to how has it changed for the whole lawyer community.
Vivek, it has been good and bad both in a way. Good for those who had some kind of background in technology. They could adapt themselves to technology, who had the resources, internet and Wi-Fi and whatever. Very bad for those who do not have these things. It becomes very difficult. It's not easy to adapt to technology also.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So,
especially after a
and
particular age. Yeah.
Perfectly. So what happens is, I can speak for my fraternity that a large percentage of them, okay, especially those who are not in the cities, not the Delhi, Mumbai circle, Calcutta circle, Bangalore circle, they did not know what would be a so-called virtual hearing be. They were used to the true physical court kind of environment. So I really wonder, how are they coping with this kind of scenario? And the Bar Council of India, the several bar associations, they've been actually kind enough, even the Supreme Court Bar Association, that they've given financial help to them. But I hope you understand it's going to be peanuts. But
it's going to be very meager.
Very meager. So on the as opposed to this, the ones who had tech savviness, who had a big team, who had support structures, who had money and the resources, for us it has become good. Why? Because the travel time has gone away. So rather than appearing for one case on one day, you can appear for 2, 3, 5, 10 cases. Just change the screen and you're in that case. It took a few months to adapt to all these things, but as I said, it's depending on who has done it or who's coping with it. COVID is a challenge. The world will be remembered now as pre-COVID and post-COVID. So the world will. So post-COVID, we have to adapt. I hope it goes away, but pata nahi.
And sir, talking about the effect of COVID on the legal industry, like has the clientage decreased as a whole? Because if I'm a layman, I have to fight a legal case. So that would be my last priority right now. कि यार मैं कोर्ट में जाके अपना पैसा खर्च करूँ, मेरा पहला प्रायोरिटी होगा यार कि क्योंकि मेरा धंधा नहीं चल रहा है, my business is not going on, I meet my essential requirements. So has the clientage reduced like for the industry? Maybe not for you, but ऐसा कुछ इफेक्ट देखने को मिलेगा?
विवेक, कुछ हद तक तो हुआ होगा. I'm sorry, I will not be able to speak very wisely on this because the district courts में जरूर हुआ होगा, lower courts में जरूर हुआ होगा, because वो जो walk-in litigation होता था वो बंद हो गया होगा. I'm sure on that part. वो walk-in litigation होता था, छोटी-छोटी बातों पे litigation, वो certainly avoidable है, and I'm sure that it must have reduced. But those matters which are in the apex court or on the honorable high courts across India, those are sine qua non. You have to be there. So some of those pendencies certainly increase ho gaya hoga. I'm sure on this part. Lekin litigation, fresh litigation, district courts mein zarur affect hua hoga. I'm sure on this part.
Because our judicial system is already a little infamous for the pendency of cases.
Let me butt in here. It is infamous according to the information that we receive. Whatever is in the public eye, the image that is portrayed, maybe in the media or in the movies or whatever. How true is it? How exactly? So, how accurate is it? Is it as bad as it is being portrayed in every sphere of information?
See, there is a huge pendency. We are not walking out of that part. But to blame it only on the judiciary is not fair. Because see, I'll tell you there is a technical problem. India follows a mechanism which is called procedure established by law. In other words, it is a very strict procedure to be followed. We borrowed it from England. Iska ek rule hai. The layman language, layman is a bad word, but simple language is that you have to follow every comma, every colon, every full stop, every dash, everything has to be comma. Jab tak ye nahi hota, we don't say justice has been delivered. We are not allowed to do pre-trial. We are not allowed to do plea bargaining through district attorneys like American system, and so on and so forth. So the entire situation goes in that part. अब ये thorough है, तो slow भी है.
Fair.
Plus, India is a very litigious population.
So what do you mean by that, sir? What do you mean by that?
हमारी फ्रेजिंग को सुनिए दुजू. हमारे यहाँ पर केस लड़ा जाता है, केस हारा जाता है और केस जीता जाता है. ओके, this is not settling a legal dispute. Your idea is कि जीते कि हारे. Now just think about this in the mind of a person who believes, or rather the analogy he draws is war है यार, जंग हार गए हम,
ego clashes,
अगले कोर्ट में जाएंगे. ओके, जब तक जिंदगी रहेगी तब तक जाएंगे. On the contrary, if you go to the advanced jurisdiction systems, they say कि even their lawyer will advise them, brother, you don't have a strong case, let it go, settle it out. Okay, and he'll say, okay, you don't have a case, fine, no problem. So here we make it an ego issue, and that is why the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, when the land disputes were much in fray, you know, most of India's litigation system was land and these property and issues. People have fought for half a biga of land for, you know, from generations to generations. भूल ही गए. So that is also one of the reasons. There are many contributing factors to this part, but yes, there is a pendency. But nowadays, the lordships, especially in the Supreme Court, they hardly give you any adjournment. Hardly. They're not giving you any adjournment. You know, you ask for 4 weeks, they'll give you 4 days. So they want to take out this so-called infamy. You know, so
that's all we can hope for. If we are on the right path, that means maybe 2 years down the line, 5 years down the line, it will be on track. So that's what we can hope for. That's very pleasing to hear, honestly.
We have had an outsider's perspective, and since we have you here, I'd like to have an insider's perspective, like how different is the working of Supreme Court from the workings of High Court and District Courts.
If you allow me, I'd like to take a step further back, and I would like to see it through your eyes since when you started your career. I'm very sure that you would have been a newbie and you would have been awed by everything around because you're coming from a medical background. Take us through your journey through your lens itself. How is it inside there?
See, first of all, in the Supreme Court, you don't get, it is a court of records. So we discuss the issue at discussion is law. Okay, the facts have already been discussed in the High Court. Now, so the Supreme Court only allows Article 136, special petition, that is when you can go to the Supreme Court, only when there is substantial question of law involved or interpretation of substantial question of law. So it is, the biggest art is that you compress, say, a 50, 200, 500 pages petition into a 2 or 3 minute argument where you convince the lordships that there is a substantial question of law involved.
That massive task.
Tons of background work has to be done. You have to filter out every possible word, and then you have 2 minutes to satisfy. Otherwise, the file comes flying down. Case dismissed. Game over. So, you know, and initially when I went, I was like kind of taken aback because I had practiced in Bombay High Court for a couple of months, and I did not know the inside of the Supreme Court. So once when I went, I was not a junior for a long period. In fact, hardly a junior.
Okay.
Practically sailed on my own very soon. But the first few days, I was like, I mean, this is practically, you know, hurting. I mean, the file, 30 seconds of file is flying down. I mean, I first like, please hear us out, you know, give us, hear us out. 2 minutes at least, you know, it's like the limelight is on me for 2 minutes. By the time you say, my lord, am I audible? You know, something like that.
But 30 seconds gone.
Case dismissed. You know, the entire night I was dreaming about speaking something that, you know, the world will be looking at me. Wow, Siddharth, what an argument. You know, something like that. Nothing. There's nothing. I came out back. And then I was very happy at times that multiple times, because the Supreme Court courtrooms have restricted entry. So multiple times the clients wouldn't be there. So I was happy.
Yeah.
Like
कि कम से कम client ने नहीं देखा.
at least मैं जाके ये बोलूँगा I tried यार.
I tried.
5 मिनट I tried to convince, लेकिन वो थोड़ा सा आधा इंच से रह गया kind of stuff.
So, ऐसा भी कुछ होता है कि 30 सेकंड में केस डिस्मिस होने के बाद आप थोड़ी देर कोर्ट रूम के अंदर ही हैंग अराउंड कर रहे हो, किसी क्लाइंट को लगे कि हाँ और चल रहा है, लंबा चल रहा है.
मतलब बेटर देन दैट. व्हाई आधा घंटा, यू नो, अरे लंच के बाद भी लगेगा मैटर, यू नो, एवरीथिंग. सो दैट काइंड ऑफ a very important factor what I realized was that my lords, the judges, they read everything about the case. They're prepared with everything that you are about to argue beforehand. So I realized that hard work has to be done in 10 times what I thought had to be done. You know, it's just very simple to say कि हाँ यार हमने कोशिश किया, या फिर वो जो हम लोग मूवी वर्ल्ड में देखते हैं ऐसी आर्ग्यूमेंट वैसी आर्ग्यूमेंट. But the courts will only appreciate if they think there is substance. So I then realized, which Fali Nariman sir used to say, कि there is no excuse to hard work in this profession. You have to know dates of events, the list of dates and events like by heart. आज भी if you ask me about 10 years पहले का case, okay, I can tell you almost by dates and events क्या हुआ था in matters. So out of thousands of cases, I can almost tell you मोटा मोटा कि क्या क्या हुआ था इन सारे cases में, because it had to be drilled into your head. You should know your case better than the client. It's quite a bit of hard work. Like
continuing to that question, do you or like your colleagues ever feel or discuss this, like what is that you desire more? Is it a lawyer's money or is it a judge's power? कि कभी आपको ऐसा लगता है कि मतलब lawyers को?
It's not about that. It is like कि I want to be Shahrukh Khan or Nasiruddin Shah.
Brilliant analogy. Brilliant analogy.
There are two different things. Because I cannot be both at the same time.
Yep.
It's not possible. Yep. You have to become a Nasiruddin Shah. It requires a different set of skills, a different approach towards the same role. And you want to become Shahrukh Khan, it takes complete. Nasir Bhai cannot become Shahrukh Bhai. Shahrukh Bhai cannot become Nasir.
Cannot.
Bhai.
Yeah.
They cannot. It's as simple as that in judiciary as well as the bar and the bench also. I cannot be a judge if I don't have a particular set skills, set of skills here. It's completely different. It's absolutely different. One is like I'm a disruptive person. As a lawyer, I'll find out, I'll punch holes in the story of the opposite person. The judges is to synthesize power and money. Power, it's all okay. That is a secondary issue. Can I do it or not is a very different issue. So, most of us who are not judicial officers or who did not venture into judiciary also probably did know that we were not capable of doing that. Capable as in, we were not made for that part.
Made for that.
Capacity as in up and down, it's just two different things. Okay. So Nasir Bhai knew that he cannot do all that stuff, whatever. And Shahrukh Bhai, I'm sure, will not be able to carry a Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara ke 5 minutes mein the entire movie. The man carried the entire movie in 5 minutes.
Movie in 5 minutes, yeah.
5 minutes he took away everything, with just the BD in his mouth and सच क्या होता है बेटा, अपना वर्जन होता है, वो बोलना भी एक it's like okay.
The way he asks him कि करते क्या हो, अच्छा ये तो ये करता हूँ, तुम दूसरों के लिए करते हो, खुद के लिए क्या करते हो?
I'm telling you मतलब क्या ये this was not a dialogue. This was relevant dialogue because it comes from Nasir Bhai's mouth.
Yep.
Shahrukh Bhai would have said this in a particularly different way. I'm not saying big and small, but in a different way. So वैसे ही होता है. Ram Jethmalani did not venture into judiciary. Ram Jethmalani was a living encyclopedia of law, criminal law. Most people think of him as a criminal law. He was a great civil lawyer also. Okay. And I mean, chalta firte, he would rub on you. So 5 minutes with him, you learn some things that could make you 5 years ahead in your career. So I was lucky to have assisted him in a couple of landmark cases, but I learned the court craft, but still he did not go into judiciary. Just imagine. He was Bhishma Pitama of us. हम लोग उनको Bhishma Pitama बोलते.
He's taking care of the court.
95-year-old till his life, and I hope you're understanding. The senior most judge cannot be more than 65. The retirement age is 60. So 65 से भी एक generation 30 years आगे थे. Imagine kind of. So that way, but two different skill sets, two different.
So you
दुनिया
spoke of codecraft. Can you tell us a little more about what do you mean by codecraft? We obviously understand the way you approach a case or the way you present your argument. That would be a part of codecraft. But what really made him special? What really helped him stand apart from the casual crowd? What was he so good at as far as codecraft was concerned?
Oh, Ram Jethmalani, sir. I mean, codecraft, I think, starts and ends with him. I mean, awesome command on vocabulary, huge memory bank, huge memory bank. Okay, speaking out of, I mean, I don't know where to start here. I mean, you sit in that court, you don't know anything about that case, you don't know anything about law, and you'll come out of it, and he'll start from someplace else. You are doing a murder case or something, and he'll start with, I had a girlfriend in London. But at the end of it, everything made sense.
Connects.
And connects to each other. And then finally, what comes across is when after hearing him out for about 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever he would speak, you would have added about 20, 30 words to your vocabulary, which you never heard of in your lifetime.
Nice.
Yeah, give it words. Okay. Then you realize, certain points of law, and he said, यार जिंदगी भर यही section पढ़े थे, but यार ये कहाँ था? And I was like, you're making notes, and then you realize that you are not the only one making notes. Okay. The so-called senior ones are also, observing. Despite of all this, a huge belief and huge respect to the judicial system.
Yeah.
This is a different thing, that there is assertiveness, but not aggressiveness. There is a point to be put across, okay, but you are not belligerent, you're not pugnacious, you're not killing, you're not disrupting. You're a rebel with a cause, not without a cause. And last but not the least, very gutsy lawyer, very gutsy lawyer.
His description में sir, you said a line, I think that describes what his courtcraft was like. You said कि listening to him for 20 to 30 minutes in a Supreme Court, और आपने पहले बोला था कि 2-3 मिनट में ही फाइल वापस आते थे if the Supreme Court is listening.
And I'm very happy, Vivek, you noticed this point. Only a Ram Jethmalani, only a Harish Salve, only a Mukul Roy. These guys are those who the courts will hear them out for all that time. Although I am lucky now that I have reached a couple of stages that I'll reach 10 minutes at least, So fine. But I mean, these are stalwarts. One day we intend to become, at least we aspire to become something like this. Like I remember Makoka case. There was a case of Makoka case. I argued in the High Court for that matter for about, you won't believe, almost clock to clock about 3 hours, and I got a discharge in that matter. And the same matter finished in the Supreme Court in about 20 minutes. But I would still say those 20 minutes are huge. Okay, because the entire approach is different.
So you just mentioned the case that you were talking about. I also wanted to pick your brains on, are there any other cases over your vast tenure that you look back in pride on? कि हाँ, इसमें मैंने मचा दिया था एकदम.
I just spoke about this Makoka case. This was the first discharge of Makoka. Makoka is Maharashtra Control of Organized Criminal Activities Act for Organized Act. And it's a very stringent law. But I was successful in getting a discharge in this manner. Discharge is when the trial had not started also. So then I was interviewed by Z and in the newspapers and so on and so forth. This was one of the cases this was crime branch matter. So they usually diligently prepare their matter and so on and so forth. But I macha diya tha na, the macha. So on that day, I'm sure, Mauri ho gayi thi. Many other, but these are some of those, turning moments in your career also. That established me as a very strong criminal lawyer in the Delhi circle. See, in law, your peer review matters. What your peers think. तारीफ तो सब अपनी कर लेते, but when the peers say ना यार ये ठीक था यार, Okay, I've argued some matters in high courts when there was this sort of an applause, from the peers. So
Nice.
those days, it's like immortalization. It's like it's like
Yeah.
you don't forget those days, and those are the ones jiske liye
You
you
start.
yeah, everything was worth it, kind of stuff. That
Yeah.
was. But if I'm able to do justice to my type of cases, we say every case is not winnable. Also, that is also
Yeah.
a point here. We have to understand and
Yeah.
appreciate that also. So even Ram Jethmalani wasn't be successful in all types of cases. Although I'm naming Ram Jethmalani sir because of the obvious reasons that I was kind of more impressed by him for the colorful personality he was also, and all that stuff. But the scene over here was that there are many other lawyers here, and I would take a mention of Mr. Harish Salve. He's a genius,
Yeah.
genius in capital bold letters. He's a genius. Okay, so we have to take that kind of thing. Falina Nariman sir, for that matter. So there have been some great ones, and we can only go in their footsteps. Dhire, 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 dhire. Hole, hole. Shahrukh bhai bole. Hole.
We know that the courts, the judiciary, and the legislative have always been in a tussle with themselves, between them. Like we saw it with Rajiv Gandhi's Protection of Muslim Women Act. Do you think that something similar is just happened right now when the parliament passed a law that LG is the government of India? Like before, High Court declared that LG can only participate in the three matters, but then parliament. So what are your views on it?
Everyone who's a part of the system, everyone who's been my student, everyone who's a constitutional lawyer or something like that should go into three things. Just remember three things in life. Three things. One is supremacy of the constitution. There's nothing bigger than the constitution. One is this. Remember this. Second is judicial interpretation. Supreme Court's interpretation. Okay. And number three is legislative wisdom. These are the three things. See, you can catch it from anywhere. The Constitution says that reservation is allowed. Stop arguing about it now.
Yep.
It's not supposed to be argued between you and me. You have a point to prove, go to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court does second point, judicial interpretation, and says, no, this is a constitutional fine. Brother, go ahead with it. Third is leave it to the legislative wisdom, the parliament. They will pass a law. If they want to go ahead with it, they don't want to go ahead with it. Why? I always say a thing that you criticize the parliament, you laugh at the parliament, you're laughing at yourself.
Yeah.
Because you elected.
You elected those
We
people,
chose.
yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so the wisdom of the masses, 130 crore people, okay, or even if you say 100 crore of people, we has to be bigger than I. So the point is, life बड़े simple गुजरेगी यार, okay, बड़े आराम से कटेगी. क्यों अपनी कॉफी खराब करनी, okay? क्यों बोला? Article 129 says highest interpretation of the courts of the law shall be done by the Supreme Court. Okay, it is the custodian of the Constitution of India. Constitution Dr. Ambedkar जैसे genius ने लिख दिया है. Okay. Third is parliamentary wisdom. You don't want parliament to do it, please send somebody else, elect somebody else, and send them.
Exactly.
They'll do it accordingly. तो क्या हो जाता है विवेक? इसके बाद आपकी मेरी कन्वर्सेशन ना, it becomes exactly futile है. Okay. ये ट्विटर का शेयर प्राइस बढ़ाता है, फेसबुक का शेयर प्राइस बढ़ाता है, और तेरा बात का डिस्कशन. अगर डिस्कशन करना है तो ये डिस्कशन करो कि नेक्स्ट टाइम वोटिंग इन्फॉर्म्ड करना, नेक्स्ट टाइम घर से बाहर आके वोट करना, नेक्स्ट टाइम ट्रेंड बेस पे वोट मत करना, नेक्स्ट टाइम ये पता करना कि तुम्हारा लेजिस्लेटर कितना पढ़ा लिखा है, उसके व्यूज क्या है, उसका बैकग्राउंड कैसा है. ये कोई नहीं करता.
मैनिफेस्टो में क्या है, ये भी कोई नहीं पढ़ता सर.
ये कोई नहीं करेगा. ओके, मैनिफेस्टो क्या है, कौन क्या है, ये नहीं पता. ये बता भाई साहब ने गलत कर दिया. अरे भाई साहब आप ही हो.
आप नहीं करे.
हाँ, तो मेरे हिसाब से टाइम हैज कम दैट वी बिकम व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज अ मैच्योर डेमोक्रेसी. ओके, कि you have to first believe in the system and then change the system through the legal means, that is electoral means. I am not going to say any statement on this part because the LG wala decision, Vivek, anybody who speaks anything against it will first have to read the special provisions of Article 239AA of the Constitution, which gives Delhi not a full statehood but a name called as National Capital Territory of Delhi. And
Right.
the Balakrishna Report Commission, which had proposed Delhi to be given NCT of Delhi, उस
Right.
कमीशन जिसकी वजह से ये 69th कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट आया, उसने भी कभी प्रपोज नहीं किया था कि दिल्ली को फुल स्टेट दो.
Full state वाले.
तो जब ये शुरुआत ही नहीं हुई, जब ये शुरुआत ही ये थी कि वो नेशनल कैपिटल टेरिटरी एक स्पेशल स्टेटस में बनेगा, तो फिर ये तो वही वाली बात हुई कि पहले तुमने मुझे घर किराए पे दे दिया, फिर मैंने तुम्हारा घर ही कब्जा कर लिया. Okay, so
Right.
that is not true. And I'm again saying I may be wrong, but I'll be wrong only when the parliament decides otherwise. If the parliament is deciding, I think it's fine. There's nothing wrong with this.
Moving swiftly
let's
to the second innings that you've been a part of. Why venture into the education sector in the first place? I mean, clearly you're doing really well for yourself. Clearly काम की कमी नहीं है, आपके पास टाइम वैसे बहुत कम रहता होगा. You are a very very busy man. Why put in so much effort into becoming the phenomenal educator that you've become today? Why do that in the first place?
प्यार से स्टार्ट करूंगा तो मनी से स्टार्ट हुआ था. ये सारी कहानी स्टार्ट तो मनी से हुई थी. Very frankly.
Frank conversations on podcasts.
मैं तो पढ़ाते पढ़ाते बोल देता हूँ. स्टार्टेड दिस फ्रॉम मनी. यार लॉ के इनिशियल फेजेस में पहले तो केस की फाइल नहीं मिलती थी, फिर फाइल मिल जाती थी तो फीस नहीं मिलती थी, तो पढ़ाना स्टार्ट कर दिया था. देन आई रियलाइज्ड दैट it is making it, one is feeding the other very well. The way I'm teaching is helping me becoming a better lawyer, and the way I'm becoming a better lawyer, I'm able to teach students better because I'm understanding the nuances of law, so they're feeding upon each other. And it worked on in such a way that in a couple of years I became a very good lawyer. Okay, and much of it thanks to my students. See, अभी like विवेक ने मुझे अचानक पूछा. I hope everyone who's hearing us out कि this is not a rehearsed script. किसी को पता ही नहीं है. मुझे पता नहीं अब नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कुछ मेरे पता नहीं कॉलेज मुझे एडिट कराना पड़ेगा. लेकिन आपने अचानक पूछा दिस एलजी का एक्ट एंड सो ऑन सो. अब मुझे अब 5 मिनट, अगर आई डोंट नो टाइम स्पेयरिंग होगा कि नहीं, लेकिन आप मुझे 1 घंटा दे दो, ठीक है? आप से टाइम स्टार्ट कर दो. आई स्टार्ट स्पीकिंग आउट ऑफ मेमोरी एवर सिंस 1952, जब दिल्ली वाज अ ग्रुप सी स्टेट. Okay.
Yep.
So India was divided into Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D states. Delhi was a Group C state. Then we had a Fazal Ali Commission. Then we had a State Reorganization Act. Then the 7th Constitutional Amendment Act 1956. Then in 1963, Ministry of Home Affairs. ये क्या है? Then this amendment. Then Article 239 AA, I can speak out by memory. Then Article 239 AB. Then I can talk about the parliamentary secretaries. Sushma Swaraj के time पे क्या ordinance आया था, and so on so forth. So what happens is, part of my brain becomes very very active, and just imagine ऐसे ही मेरे पास कल एक constitutional case आ जाए, I have the background of it ready. I've done 90% of the job already. And सबसे simple है, if I can explain it to somebody who is not a law student, I can explain it to somebody who does not know P of polity or governance or constitution or law, that I have developed the art of simplifying it to such an extent that I can take my point across. And if I can take my point across, at the end of the day, lawyership or advocacy is nothing else but taking your point across. The second part over here is, you won't believe it, it's not easy to say, thoda cliche ho jata, but I really wanted to give back to the society. That was also an intention. Because many, or especially after this Unacademy thing happened, you won't believe, Dujo and Vivek, मुझे ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स का मैसेजेस आते हैं, कमेंट्स आते हैं, समटाइम्स अगर had it been for मैं अगर इमोशनली अपने आप को रिलीज कर दूं ना, मैं रोने लग जाऊं. मैं सीरियसली इमोशनली रिलीज कर दूं तो मैं रोने लग जाऊं. किसी के पेरेंट्स भी फोन करते हैं कि हम फलां गांव में है, फलां यहाँ पर है, और हमारे बच्चे को आपने ये सिखा दिया, उसका स्टेट पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन में हो गया, आप हमारे घर आइए, हम आपको भात खिलाएंगे. लाइक क्या कर रहे हो? लेट मी बी अ लॉयर यार. हम इमोशनल ठीक नहीं लगते, काइंड ऑफ सब हो जाता है. सच बताऊं तो डूजू, ये आगाज कहाँ से हुआ था ये पता ही नहीं चला. हम लोग साथ आते गए, कारवां बनता गया, बट वो इनिशियल फेजेस तो ये थे. अब रीजन नहीं पता चलता. अब आई रियली लव इट. अब देयर इज नो रीजन. अब इट इज द रीजन फॉर माय एग्जिस्टेंस. आई हैव टू टीच.
People are richer for it, sir, and trust me. So I've been speaking to Vishu. I've been speaking to Vishu over the last week or so. Okay, tell me more about Dr. Siddharth Arora and how has he impacted your life, and the way he speaks of you. There's a glint in his eyes when he talks about you. So I can only imagine. And this is a guy who does not emote at all, and so he's a dead person inside, and even he has a glint.
And the feeling is mutual. You know, I sometimes have to stop here. You know, मुझे कुछ होने लगता है. क्या बोल रहे हो यार? मतलब फीलिंग आती है यार. I really want to give a long talk to myself कि मैं कुछ करूं यार. मैं कुछ करूं तुम्हारे लिए यार. तुम बन जाओ यार. तुम अपने पेरेंट्स को प्राउड करो यार. I really feel like I really want to go ahead and कि यार मैं कुछ करूं कि मैं आऊं कि मैं पढ़ाता हूं यार.
I remember reading a story about you on Quora only कि आप एयरपोर्ट पे somebody met you and they expressed their gratitude, and it was goosebump inducing just reading to that story. And
so मेरी सिक्योरिटी चेक करते करते मेरे बेटे को बोले कि ये कौन है, लाइक माय फादर. तो मैं लेट हो रहा था. आई वाज कैचिंग एन इंटरनेशनल फ्लाइट. तो जनवरी 1 था. तो ही सेड सर मैंने आपका वीडियो देख कर हम तैयारी कर रहे हैं एंड ऑल दैट. एंड ही ऑलमोस्ट स्टूड इन एन अटेंशन. I was like, oh, yeah. And then you feel like going back and do better job at what you want.
Yeah.
But it's been fun.
Continuing with what you said earlier, the way you feel about giving back to the students, do you see a time maybe 10 years down the line when you completely switch to the education field? Do you see yourself doing that?
जो मेरी लाइफ ना बॉलीवुड ड्रामा की तरह चली है.
नाइस क्वेश्चन है.
मैं ना इस पे ना ही कमेंट करूं ना तो ज्यादा अच्छा. I don't even know. मैं व्हाइट कोट से ब्लैक कोट पे आ गया. ओके. तो मैं बॉम्बे से दिल्ली आ गया. मुझे दिल्ली जबकि मुझे दिल्ली कल्चर समझने में 5 साल लग गए कि यार ये क्या है यार. मतलब यहाँ पर गाड़ी का एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है, लोग बोलते हैं होम मिनिस्टर को फोन कर रहे, क्या रहे हो यार. मतलब मुझे वो समझने में 5 साल लग गए. तो अब फिर ये अन अकेडमी हो गया एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ, ऑल दैट स्टफ. तो मैं इस बारे में ना कमेंट ही नहीं करता.
इट वोंट बी अ सरप्राइज 10 साल बाद ब्रिगेडियर डॉक्टर सिद्धार्थ अरोरा हुआ है.
चलो नहीं बनने देते. मैं एक ट्रेंड मानता हूँ. एक महाभारत में एक छोटा सा फेज था महाभारत में. तो ऐसा बोलते हैं कि जो सहदेव थे, ही वाज अ ग्रेट एस्ट्रोलॉजर. लेकिन उनको एक श्राप था कि अगर बिना पूछे उन्होंने प्रेडिक्शन कर दी ना ज्योतिष की, तो सामने वाला मर जाएगा जिसकी वो प्रेडिक्शन करेंगे. तो जब युद्ध हो गया और पांडवों के साथ बहुत कुछ बुरा हुआ, तो एक वन फाइन डे सहदेव युधिष्ठिर के पास जाते हैं. वो बोलते कि बड़े भैया आपने कभी पूछने की वो नहीं सोची कि मैं ही तो घर पे ही था. यू हैड समबडी पूछ लेते कि क्या होने वाला है. इतना कुछ सह रहे थे. तो युधिष्ठिर सेड अ वेरी नाइस थिंग. ही सेड द ट्रेंड इन लाइफ उस ट्रेंड के अनुसार ही होने वाला है. उसी ट्रेंड में ऊपर नीचे होने वाला है. ओके. हमारा काम है, पांडवों का काम है टू स्ट्रगल थ्रू दिस फेज. उसके अलग अलग नाम बोल सकते हो कि हमें वारणावत होगा, हमें जंगल जाना पड़ेगा, द्रौपदी के साथ होगा. वो उसी ट्रेंड में हो रहा है. मैं तुझे ये मानता हूँ कि गॉड हैज बीन काइंड टू मी कि मेरा ट्रेंड असेंडिंग ग्राफ में था. okay? मेरा एक्सपैंडिंग एंड असेंडिंग ग्राफ है. मुझे प्यार, इज्जत, वेल्थ, नेम बढ़ चढ़ के मिला है. तो मुझे उम्मीद है कि किसी और जरिया होगा, मुझे पता नहीं, लेकिन ये ही होगा. सो आई वॉन्ट टू डू इवन बेटर फॉर द वर्ल्ड अराउंड, एंड दैट ऑटोमेटिकली सर्व्स मी ऑल्सो. सो मैं सोच रहा हूँ यार खुदा आपने लिख दिया है तो ठीक ही लिखा होगा.
We have a last segment, slow takes. And,
Sir, it is the exact opposite of a rapid fire. So rapid fire में होता है quick and snappy response चाहिए. इसमें we want a thought out methodical response.
ठीक है. So whenever we go to any coaching या कहीं पे भी जाते हैं, so we are guided कि ठीक है 1 साल में नहीं होगा तो 2 साल में होगा, 3 साल में होगा, 4 साल में होगा. ठीक है. And there are so many people who have left their jobs and वो प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं उसके साथ. वो 4 साल तक लगे रहते हैं. कभी आपने इस बात पे ध्यान मतलब सोचा है या have you pondered on this के what is the net economic impact on India of this UPSC एग्जाम कि ये जो 10 लाख दे रहे हैं, 5 लाख लोग जॉब छोड़ के कुछ वैल्यू एडिशन नहीं कर रहे हैं एंड उनको ऐसी गाइडेंस मिल रही है कि नहीं तुम 4 साल तक करते ही रहो, एंड सो डेफिनेटली पीपल गेट सिलेक्टेड इन देयर 4th ईयर, 5th ईयर, 6th ईयर, लेकिन दैट परसेंटेज इज वेरी स्मॉल. हैव यू एवर गिवन दिस अ थॉट?
Why take UPSC as an example? दुनिया में it is always a pyramid. Survival of the fittest है ये.
Yeah.
You can say the same thing about sports also. Everyone won't become a Virat Kohli, but that does not mean that मैं pyramid का base wide ना रखूं. I have to choose from amongst a large number of people. Okay, ये सिर्फ UPSC क्यों है? और इस अगर ऐसे ना हो तो हम लोग को द बेस्ट ऑफ द बेस्ट कभी मिलेगा ही नहीं. ये सेम चीज आप लॉयर्स के सर्कल के लिए भी पूछ सकते हैं, ये सेम चीज आप मेडिकल के लिए भी पूछ सकते हो. सब लोग थोड़ा ना डॉक्टर नरेश त्रिवेन बनने वाले. पॉलिटिक्स में भी बोल सकते हैं, सब लोग थोड़ा ना नरेंद्र मोदी बनने वाले. ओके, बट एवरीबडी हैज टू हैव देयर शेयर इन द सनलाइट. दिस इज द ट्रू डेमोक्रेटाइजेशन ऑफ, दिस इज लिबर्टी. लेट एवरीबडी बिकम द बेस्ट वर्जन ऑफ देमसेल्व्स. एक इंपॉर्टेंट बात है विवेक, आई एम सॉरी कि आप जितना इंटेलिजेंटली बात करते हो, ओके, और आप यू आर नॉट क्रैक दिस एग्जाम. So it is not your loss, it is also the country's loss. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying this to your face, but just for because you know flattery is not a part of my character. आपने सब पढ़ा. लेकिन the point here is you will have to realize this कि विवेक जिस दिन तैयारी करना स्टार्ट किया था for UPSC और जब वो खत्म किया, regardless of the fact that you cracked it or not, you came out of it wiser and more better.
That's true.
So that is already a contribution to Vivek, and Vivek will contribute to that, using that to the system and to the country and to the economy. So UPSC ऐसा थोड़ा ना कि आप बस स्टॉप पे इंतजार कर रहे हो. UPSC में आप तैयारी कर रहे हो. You are understanding, okay? You know more about history, you know about geography, economics, polity, system of the functioning, ethics also for that matter, during the course of this preparation. आप ऐसे थोड़ा ना कि आप बस स्टॉप में वेट कर रहे थे, doing nothing. We were creating an intellectual and a wise gang of concerned citizens of India.
That's
So
a brilliant way to put it. That's a brilliant way to put it. Yeah.
मेरे ख्याल से तो UPSC का अटेम्प्ट कंपलसरी कर देना चाहिए हिंदुस्तान में. नहीं, I really mean it.
Right. Yeah.
Because आपने जो स्कूल में पढ़ा था, उसको far more refined form, okay, एंड वो चीजें जो हिंदुस्तान के लोगों को मालूम होना चाहिए. जैसे हिस्ट्री, मुझे लगता है हिस्ट्री मालूम नहीं होनी चाहिए. अगर आपको हिस्ट्री नहीं मालूम ना, तो आपके देश की ज्योग्राफी खराब होने वाली है. इफ यू डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड इंडिया चाइना's रिलेशनशिप की हिस्ट्री, देन मिस्टर नरेंद्र वुड नॉट हैव बीन एबल टू टेक अ करेक्ट डिसीजन दिस टाइम. करेक्ट डिसीजन. आई एम नॉट बीइंग पॉलिटिकल इन दिस पार्ट, बट ये अगर 1962 की हिस्ट्री नहीं मालूम है आपको, तो आप लद्दाख का 2020 में डील नहीं कर सकते. अंडरस्टैंडिंग.
मतलब तुम्हें अपने स्टेट्स की अगर हिस्ट्री नहीं मालूम है तो वहां की ज्योग्राफी भी डिफरेंट हो सकती है.
मतलब आपको मालूम होना चाहिए कि हमारे मंदिरों की, हमारे मस्जिदों की, हमारे चर्च की, हमारे फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल की, भगत सिंह की क्या हिस्ट्री है. यू शुड नो दिस. नेशनल फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल, क्या वो मर गए हमारे लिए और हम भूल गए? एक भगत सिंह ने 23 साल की उम्र में अपने जेल में लिखा, जाने से पहले, फांसी पर चढ़ने से पहले, ऑन 23 मार्च ऑफ 1931 दीवारों पे लिखा हुआ उर्दू में कि तुझे ज़िबा की खुशी, मुझे मरने का शौक. ज़िबा इस गर्दन काटना. तुझे ज़िबा की खुशी, मुझे मरने का शौक, मेरी भी वही है मर्जी जो मेरे सय्याद की है. कैन यू बिलीव दैट पावर?
23 years old.
इमेजिन 23 साल की वो अंग्रेजों को बोल रहा है कि तेरे को गर्दन काटने की खुशी है, मुझे मरने का शौक है, मेरे और मेरे मर्डरर की मर्जी एक ही है. इमेजिन दैट पार्ट. तो ये हिस्ट्री अगर तुम्हारे और हमारे रोंगटे नहीं खड़ा करते तो फिर क्या फायदा?
That's I was a little, I'll tell you honestly, I was a little skeptical that I might feel left out during this part of the conversation because I haven't followed your career as closely as Vivek has. I haven't prepared for UPSC. I haven't interacted with you. But I think it speaks volumes about the kind of personality you are, that I was almost more engaged than Vishu was, or if not equally, in the session. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts to take so much time out, sir. And we genuinely appreciate what you're trying to do for the UPSC aspirants and for the country at large. And we loved speaking to you, sir. We honestly loved speaking to you.
It was my pleasure that I could share my thoughts, and also thank you that you asked me very relevant questions. Okay, this was an informative session. Entertainment apart, enjoyment apart, we also need to share information. Information is the element, and I'm happy that you've done the part, and I'll be hoping that the listeners will be able to take away some good points from this. Okay, do well, continue this. It seems to be a good thing. Carry on, and I wish you all the best. Do well, okay, and stay in touch.